Back in high school, I was into photography. That was my dream job, was to be a sports photographer. One of the only two classes I actually got an A in was photography and humor lit, go figure. And so I wanted to start taking up photography again, and I did. I bought my camera, and I was just out today just trying to take some shots and thinking about what's going on and coming to some new ideas and realizations and just the typical thoughts that I normally have. So today we're going to do a little walkabout just because it's a beautiful day up here in my quaint little mountain town. So where this kind of came from was that we have a lot of cherry blossoms in our town. And I'm going to show you one here right quick. Look at this. They're beautiful. They're all over. But the tricky part is coming to take pictures of them, trying to capture the beauty. There's a lot of junk in the background, and the picture's the whole thing. So this kind of comes out to finding beauty in your life and what you make of it, where you find it, and what you do with it, and if you accept it, and just a whole host of things that are going through my head. There are things that are beautiful and not. In other words, with that, you could frame that picture there with old cars, beat up houses, all the dead trees behind it. You could look at it from the outside and you could focus on the beautiful part. It really is, or you can focus on the ugly parts. There's times when you're in something, in other words, in the moment, it's easy to have a narrow focus of what you're looking at. I.e., walking down the street, you see the cherry blossom, and that's all you see. And for a moment, you let go of all the other non-beautiful things associated around that environment. Or you might just look around and see the other elements and not really get to see the cherry tree for the beauty. And that's in the here and now, when you're in it. Whether it's relationships or work or just cherry trees out in the wild, it's really easy to focus on one of those elements. It's a little different when you get into retrospect, when you look back on it. When you start looking back at something, you see the photograph, you get to see it all. And is anyone out there who does photography, knows photography, even just enjoys looking at pictures? In retrospect, the ugly parts will F it up. It's hard to have a beautiful picture with ugly things in it, unless that is, where the beauty lies. But sometimes it's just nonsense. And so I just want to sort of talk about framing my future, because that's kind of what it comes down to. It comes down to two things to capture the beauty. I'm trying to find a nice place to sit down here. One of those things is to find it in general anyway. Sometimes beauty falls in our lap. Sometimes happiness falls in our lap. A lot of times, it's being in the right place at the right time. I didn't find any. Sorry, I had to pause it. I didn't want to have to start over and walk back to my house to start this conversation. I'm not sure I found my beauty today. That I was able to focus on. I see flowers everywhere. I see stuff, but it's kind of an analog for what I'm going through. It's still a cold time. It's still just the beginning of spring. There's not a whole lot of beauty going on right now. But I'm willing to go look for it, and I'm willing to work for it. My attitude is that, as we know, we've talked about that, I don't know where we're going. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who is going to be there with me. I don't even know how to get a good light source with this. But I'm going to work at it. I'm not satisfied just sitting back and waiting for beauty to come and find me. Instead, I want to go out and look for it and find it and frame it. I have beautiful things in my life that are mucked up with non-beautiful things. And I'm trying really hard to find a way to clean it up, to come back and retake the picture, to frame it so that the ugly, the nonsense isn't there, to hash out the dead trees. I want to focus on, I'm trying really hard to be able to focus on the beauty of it all, of what it was. And this isn't about trying to regain something from the past. This isn't about holding on to something that isn't there, that I want to go. This isn't hoarding a memory, and this isn't hoarding an intention. I'm not saying, wow, I really should have done this, I really want to do this. So what I'm actively am trying to keep something that was very beautiful and get rid of the elements that weren't. And just take a new picture. I want to take a new picture that focuses on that beauty. And it's hard. And it's hard because I see the beauty. I see the ugly parts. I am able to see it all. And I'm not sure everybody else sees it that way. So it takes more than just me to do this. But I'm giving it my last full hurrah. And in the end, if that's not the picture to be taken, if I can't capture that beauty, if I can't have that picture in my head, I know exactly what it looks like, and I know how to get it there. I know how to frame it. I know it needs to be done. I know the lighting. I got it all down, but I still need a subject. And if I can't find that beauty, because I'm losing the light, I will find beauty somewhere. I will go out and I will find my life. I will figure out where I go from here. This kind of goes to the when do I give up on something video that I made. And I really want that picture, and I really think it's the best for everybody. I really think that that for us, our families, our everybody, I really think that is the answer, that we can clean it up, that we can make it work if we're willing to focus on the beautiful parts. I can't do it alone. So if that's the case, and I can't do it alone, and I'll have to go find something else, and I will. You know, if that's what it takes, I will move on. I don't want to. So that was my drama for the day, is knowing that something was so beautiful yet unfunctional, and that there's another option out there, and thinking I'm the only one who wants it. It's hard. Anyway, thanks for putting up with me again. You guys are great, and we'll see you next time.